Welcome to What Was On Wire. Today, we're talking about Prime Minister Dado's Seri Anwar Ibrahim's recent statement in Parliament, the one about government aid allocation.
Right. It's definitely stirred up a lot of discussion, hasn't it?
It really has. It's a topic that, well, it's been around for a long time in Malaysia, these questions about fairness. And now Anwar himself has come out with some pretty detailed points.
Yes, and his remarks, they gave us some crucial data, some specific perspectives, especially hitting back at those persistent questions about, is the aid fair? Is it favoring one group?
Exactly.
His statements, they're really vital for understanding where the Madani government is coming from, policy-wise, and also just how we should view these assistance programs in our, well, very diverse society.
Yeah, the whole debate around aid here, it's always been, let's say, complex. It touches on history, the whole multi-ethnic balance.
Definitely. For decades, you've had these narratives, sometimes just whispers, sometimes, well, outright accusations that aid mostly goes to one community.
And that perception, it really can affect national unity, trust in the system.
It absolutely can. I mean, you look back at the social contract after independence, the policies aiming to fix socioeconomic imbalances, especially for the Bumiputera community.
Right, the original intent.
Exactly. But over time, how those policies were implemented, how they were perceived, well, it often led to non-Bumiputera groups feeling left out, or that it wasn't quite fair. So that history, that context, it makes any statement on aid distribution really, really sensitive and significant. So Anwar's address, it wasn't just about reading out numbers.
No, it felt like more than that.
It was an attempt, I think, to try and redefine that narrative, that perception that's so deeply ingrained, to sort of recalibrate how people understand current policy.
And that seems exactly what he aimed for. He was quite emphatic, wasn't he? Saying the Madani government has never shown bias in improving people's lives.
Very firm on that.
And to back it up, he brought out specific data, cash aid programs. And what really struck me was him saying Chinese Malaysians are the second largest group getting this cash aid.
Yes, that specific figure he quoted, 18.96%.
Almost 19%.
That's incredibly specific. And you feel it's designed precisely to counter those claims that aid only goes to certain groups.
It's hard to argue with a direct number like that.
Right. It shows a significant portion of Chinese Malaysians are benefiting. It suggests a deliberate move towards transparency, showing aid is reaching across communities.
And he didn't just stop at cash aid.
No, he broadened the picture, talked about other key assistance programs, too.
He did. He got into commercial financing support, mentioned Chinese entrepreneurs getting loan guarantees. What was the figure? 13.9 billion ringgit.
An enormous sum.
Just huge. And then also the housing loan guarantee scheme, another 1.68 billion ringgit in housing subsidies for Chinese Malaysians.
Putting these numbers out there, it paints a picture, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That government investment in the economy and people's welfare, it's not just targeting one community.
That's the clear message he was sending.
And what's really interesting, I think, is the principle he laid out behind it all. Exactly. He explicitly said aid is given based on actual need, not ethnicity. That's the core principle he kept hammering home.
Regardless of background.
Yes. Malay, Chinese, Indian, Orang Asli, indigenous kids in Sabah and Sarawak, he stressed it's for all Malaysians, as long as they meet the criteria. It points to a needs-based model.
So making sure help gets to those who genuinely need it.
That's the stated aim, yes, irrespective of race.
Which brought him to clarifying some misconceptions, as he put it.
Yes, that part was significant too.
He directly addressed this idea floating around that programs like STR or SARA, the basic aid, that they're only for Bumiputera.
Common belief, unfortunately.
And he also touched on the flip side, the perception that maybe the Indian community gets too much aid. He sounded genuinely concerned, saying he hoped these claims wouldn't be, hyped up anymore.
And it raises a key question. Why now? Why this forceful clarification?
Good point.
It feels like a direct pushback against a narrative that's been around for so long, it's almost become accepted fact in some circles.
Yeah.
He even acknowledged that complexity. When the government talks about the 2035 Bumiputera Economic Transformation Plan, others might feel excluded.
Yeah, the name itself can sound exclusive.
Then, when the Malaysian Indian Society Transformation Unit comes up, others might say, oh, they're getting too much. He tackled that head on. said it's not favoritism.
It's about need again.
It's allocation based on identified needs within those specific communities. That's the argument.
Yeah.
And he even clarified, apparently for the first time publicly, that STR is not Bumiputera exclusive.
It's huge.
Any Malaysian, including Chinese Malaysians, if they're in the poverty or low-income group, they are eligible. Full stop.
That distinction is so important because people often just hear the name of a plan and jump to conclusions.
Exactly. Misconceptions take root easily.
So his message is,
Yeah.
eligibility is about your bank balance, your needs, not your race card.
Pretty much. While acknowledging, yes, some areas are mostly Malay, others have more Indians, the goal is supposed to be that everyone who qualifies gets help.
Tailoring the delivery, perhaps, but not the eligibility itself based on race.
That seems to be the policy principle he's articulating, making sure aid reaches the vulnerable within each community.
And connecting this to the wider political scene, these remarks also felt like a direct reply to opposition criticism.
Oh, absolutely. Especially the claims that the Madani government hasn't done anything, achieved nothing.
He sounded quite dismayed about that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Especially when religion gets brought into it.
Yes, he expressed deep regret about that. He seemed to say, look, if you think our efforts over 3 years aren't enough, fine, bring constructive criticism, we can accept that.
Okay, fair enough.
But to just dismiss everything, say nothing's been done, he essentially called that deception a falsehood.
Strong words. He really pushed back against using political reasons to deny government efforts, and particularly invoking the Quran to back those claims. He called that unacceptable.
Absolutely unacceptable, yes. It's clear he wants people to look at the government's work and policies more objectively.
Step back from the political spin, maybe.
And assess things fairly. That's the appeal.
So these statements from the Prime Minister, pause, they really feel like a concerted effort for more transparency.
I agree. Transparency and also an attempt to maybe dampen down the political interpretations based on race or religion.
Trying to control the narrative.
Perhaps. Or at least redirect it. By using hard data, by stressing this principle of needs-based allocation, he's trying to shift the public conversation about aid.
Move it towards something more, well, rational, evidence-based.
Away from the divisive rhetoric, yes. It's a very clear move to build or rebuild trust in how the government handles equitable development.
Well, looking at Anwar's statement definitely gives us a lot to mull over about Malaysia's aid policies. It really throws a spotlight on that challenge, doesn't it? Balancing history, current needs, fighting misperceptions.
It's a constant balancing act in a diverse country.
It really makes you think, for any nation like ours, how do you genuinely balance addressing historical issues with universal needs-based support today? Making sure nobody feels left out, but also nobody feels unfairly favored. It's tough. What are your thoughts on tackling this complex challenge? Let us know in the comments.
Indeed. And having that open conversation backed by facts and clear principles, that's probably the most crucial step towards, truly fair development and maybe stronger national unity.
A very important thought. Thanks for joining us today. Remember to like and subscribe for more videos like this.